This is TechCrunch. As TikTok comes back online, its competitors claim the top of the App Store. I'm Imran Sheikh, and it's time for your Monday Daily Crunch, starting with 3 big headlines. Meta saying it plans to keep its fact-checking program in place outside the U.S. for the time being, though it could eventually expand it elsewhere. Meta had put the fact-checking guardrails in place over several years in response to criticism over how its platform was used to spread misinformation. With a new administration entering the White House, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram announced earlier this month it would replace its fact-checkers with a community notes system similar to what's in place at Elon Musk's X. The company may face hurdles implementing its new program elsewhere in the world, particularly in Europe, which has regulations such as the Digital Services Act, DSA, in place to curb the spread of deceptive content. Chinese AI lab DeepSeek has released an open version of DeepSeek R1, its so-called reasoning model that it claims performs as well as OpenAI's O1 on certain AI benchmarks. R1 is available from the AI dev platform Hugging Face under an MIT license, meaning it can be used commercially without restrictions. According to DeepSeek, R1 beats O1 on the benchmarks AIM, Math 500, and SWE benchmark verified. AIM employs other models to evaluate a model's performance, while Math 500 is a collection of word problems. SWE Bench Verified, meanwhile, focuses on programming tasks. Now, being a reasoning model, R1 effectively fact-checks itself, which helps it to avoid some of the pitfalls that normally trip up models. Reasoning models take a little longer, usually seconds to minutes longer, to arrive at solutions compared to a typical non-reasoning model. The upshot is that they tend to be more reliable in domains such as physics, science, and math. R1 contains 671 billion parameters, DeepSeek revealed in a technical report. You see, parameters roughly correspond to a model's problem-solving skills, and models with more parameters, well, they generally perform better than those with fewer parameters. So far, at least 3 Chinese labs, DeepSeek, Alibaba, and Kimi, which is owned by Chinese unicorn Moonshot AI, have produced models that they claim rival O1. And like Lazarus, our old friend TikTok may have come back from the dead, but that hasn't prevented other Chinese competitors from gaining users. In the lead-up to a ban on TikTok, which kicked off Sunday and lasted a day, a number of other video apps rose through the ranks and now dominate the App Store's top charts. The Chinese app RedNote, which is listed on the App Stores as Xiaoangshu, became the #1 app in the U.S. last week, followed by video apps like Clapper, Flip, and others. On Monday, following TikTok's resurrection of service, RedNote retained its #1 spot on the App Store after having attracted some 700,000 new U.S. users. TikTok users' move to RedNote was meant to send a signal to U.S. lawmakers and Meta alike that they would rather join another Chinese app similar to TikTok than return to Instagram Reels. Now, although TikTok is back online, the app stores aren't yet hosting it for download. App marketplaces still have to abide by U.S. law, despite President-elect Donald Trump's assurances that he will extend the deadline for the TikTok ban. Instead, both App Store's top charts continue to reflect the shift to other TikTok alternatives. In Apple's U.S. App Store, for instance, video apps including RedNote, Likey, Clapper, and Flip hold the #1, 2, and 4, and 10 spots in the overall top charts as of Monday morning. Favorited, an app dedicated to live streams, is number 15. RedNote gained 818,000 new U.S. installs across the App Store and Google Play during January 2025. Now, because the app is localized in Mandarin, language learning app Duolingo also reported a 216% spike in U.S. users trying to learn the language last week. As of this recording, it's the #1 app in the U.S. on the U.S. App Store and Google Play, excluding games. And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Kyle Wiggers, Paul Sowers, Sarah Perez, and more beautiful, lovely TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here tomorrow, same tech time, same Crunch channel. And until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.